Hello everyone who pray Korean Peninsula. Today message about 3 good news from the United States. A letter of a protest from the United States to Korean President Moon Jae-in. This is the letter. From USA, a letter of protest to President Moon about the persecution of Korean church. It was Mrs. Soo Jan-sol who led the protest. She is a representative of pre-North Korea aliens working for human rights in North Korea. The core content of the letter is followed. In the course of the COVID-19 response, the Korean government suppressed religious freedom and sacrificed the church. The letter detailed the government order in the early June to ban small group, ban choir practice, and ban praise loudly. Thank you very much for sending a letter of protest after seeing the situation in which the Korean church was persecuted. This Korean church was persecuted. Second, a pastor who has shown a good example. This church, USA Church, Grace Community Church, and this pastor, John McGod. There is a pastor who has shown a good example of what a large church should do about banning face-to-face worship in the United States. The Grace Community Church in California, USA has reportedly been threatened with fines and arrest for refusing to order the state to close down and resuming service. Nevertheless, Reverend John McGod made it clear that he would hold the field service until the end. Reverend McGod said, "I will obey God more than people. We will be loyal to the Lord and leave the result to the Lord. Whatever happens, it's His permission, but He will be on our side because we will be obedient to royal. We won't bow to Caesar. The Lord Jesus Christ is our King." What's more surprising is that President Trump called Reverend McGod, who is on a face-to-face service. U.S. President Trump told Reverend McGod, "I just want to thank you for taking your position. The church is essential. I am pleased with what you are doing now. This is the power of America to protect freedom." Not in Korea. The California churches, of course, have filed a lawsuit against the ban, and a California court has recognized the in-house worship and right to praise. The level of the John McGod Grace Community have claimed. What you need to think about there is the source of Reverend John McGod comment. "I will obey God more than man." This is what the apostles said during the early church, which was in the midst of being persecuted and imprisoned. Acts chapter 5, verse 29. "I will obey God more than man." All Korean mega churches, when government commanded prohibit the face-to-face worship, all mega churches change online worship by internet. That is Korean church situations. When they honored God, with this face-to-face service, something amazing happened to the United States. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention announced that the death toll in the United States was over 150,000, but it was corrected to 9,000 again. He told the truth that 9,000 people died purely from corona. Corona is another big deal in the United States, where tens of thousands of people die each year from the flu. Reverend John McGrath spoke clearly in the pulpit toward the preaching audience. He said, "As you've already been thinking, pandemic isn't here. Those who designed the lie with corona belong to the false father, Satan." And the third, that is Q-Anon. Q-Anon and Donald Trump, USA president, there is a president and people following him to keep freedom and fight to the shadow government scheme to take control of the United States. And there is Q-Anon movement against the false press of deep state. But since our country in Korea was fooled by mad cow disease and false report of a terrible PC, that this terrible PC pre-president impeachment by terrible PC, false press, and false cow disease. That time, Korean people, false press, mad cow disease, and terrible PC ran to the square. How much is it still being misled by Corona-19? Thank God for the good news from the United States. This is Inside Korea News by Pastor Bach. God bless you, everyone who pray Korean Peninsula.